So, like I said, if you're just passing through, I'm not entertaining enough to be interesting. If you actively want to engage, if you actively want to do something, you need to say so and you need to do so. Because I'm not going to talk to empty air. I just not. And that will inevitably disinterest people. I don't care. If I'm being disinteresting, I'm weeding out the people that aren't listening. Does that make sense? If you're listening, then you understand what the message is, and you know what to do. But not everyone understands that. So, we'll give it a little bit longer. We'll give it a couple more seconds. We'll wait for Katie to go ahead. Okay. Yeah, send them to my... Would you send them to my phone, I guess? Or Discord, whatever works. I need to leave a comment. If you're here when I get back, I know you're listening. If you leave, that's okay. But I appreciate if you are. I'll be right back. Can I not go to it? Can I not go to my own live? I don't know what I want to do either. I am live. I just want to go in and see my live. Ah, here we go. Share. Copy link. Aha! Ooh, and there's more people in here. Look at you guys. Y'all are amazing. Okay, that is the link to the YouTube if you want to watch me play a game. Rather than just listening and watching me do nothing on TikTok. If you are more entertained by a random video game, then that's what I'm going to do. Since there's 9 people in here now, and that's fantastic, I'm going to go ahead and invite Katie on here to kind of guide us a little on this depth and dive into the rabbit hole. If you want to be invited up, all you need to do is ask. Anyone is welcome for any reason as long as you understand the rules before doing so. So, yeah. Excellent. No worries. So, I'm going to be shifting my attention. I'm going to be jumping between TikTok and YouTube. If you're in both, you can be, just to be easier to pick one. The only reason that I have to live stream and double stream is because I have to reach as many people as I can. So, but which way to go, what to talk about. Okay, why don't we talk about media here for a second? Since we're on and we're playing a video game. This is an older game, circa 20-aught or something along those lines. One of the 20-teens, I think. And Borderlands, the pre-sequel, I have put more energy into this game than I have anything else that I've watched. Or anything else that I've played. There's a handful of other games that have my attention. But for now, for the moment, I'm feeling nostalgic. Now, Borderlands the pre-sequel is not an amazing game. It's a... Ooh, that's pretty. But it doesn't matter that it's a good game because nostalgia doesn't care. Let me look at the map real quick. Where am I going? What am I doing? We're going over here. Oh yeah, that's right. This is a side quest. That entire area is actually a side quest. Ooh, did we actually get? We did. Oh, Donald Trump is in the house. If they don't speak up, it's a real disappointment. I could have quite the discussion for someone pretending to be the president. But see, I lost my train of thought, and that's just how my brain works. Piecing together moments is the hardest thing my autistic brain tries to do. If you resonate with the fact that trying to think and talk at the same time leads you to crazy tangents, things that don't make sense, or completely lost thoughts, so you lose those things, and making sense of it and trying to explain it to others. So, Borderlands, the pre-sequel, was... The reason why it has nostalgia for me is because my best friend and I played it almost to completion. I'm pretty sure we had, like... I'm pretty sure, you know what, likely, he probably finished it. And I get bored, or I get frustrated, or, well, losing interest and getting bored are basically the same thing, if you really think about it. Thank you, Katie. So what should I focus on? We could talk about identities and acting versus being. That's an interesting dynamic to kind of approach. Hold on. Let me bring this over here so that if there actually is anyone in the YouTube chat, they might actually say something. Come on. Katie, would you do me a favor and just do a test message in the YouTube chat for me real quick? Just make sure. Check on it for me.
Liberation Front sources notified us of some indigenous creatures known only as cuties. You know, I never heard of them, but they sound divine, and their natural habitat is being wrecked by horrible corporate sludge. We need to put a stop to the pollution, and time's running out. This used to be a Dahl refinery, before the cracking. Naturally, this being Elpis, some filthy scavengers have moved in.
I didn't realize that I had died.
That looks like it hurt.
Ooh, that was close. The reason why I love this game is because of the lasers. It's the only Borderlands game with lasers. You do make a difference. Ooh! Sorry, Katie, you may have been talking here for a hot second and I couldn't hear you because I had my volume all the way down. I can hear you now.
Yay! But no, YouTube looks good, and I was actually saying what I think you should talk about is how, because I've seen a few comments accusing you of having a bipolar episode or being manic.
Okay.
And I think you should explain how acting, believing, behaving, mental health are all independent of each other.
Yes.
And you can be manic for things, but it cannot be manic as in a mental health crisis. It could be manic as in passion.
Right. Absolutely. If we follow that line, that is 100% right. Just because someone sees something that is irregular and could, by itself, without understanding the big picture, totally look like there's something wrong. But there isn't. And you're exactly right that it's a frame of mind, and it's an understanding that I know what I'm doing, that I am doing it on purpose, and that it sounds insane because I want it to. I don't want people who understand normal. I don't care about things that are normal. Normal is for a normal day. We live in insane times, so it's time to live. It's time to live in insanity. I knew I was gonna die, but I knew I could kill you. Is there another thread of that we can follow, or any way that you would want to expand?
I think a good way to expand on it would be, what are your thoughts on the timelines that you're telling everybody about?
Okay, so timelines. So time is what makes a timeline turn from possibility into something more concrete. Constant choices dictate where your timeline is, what you're seeing, what you're experiencing, and what you are trying to understand or not understand and avoid. 1 second. So, if you are on a timeline that you know and understand, okay? It's a job. It's a marriage. It's a relationship. It's a boy, girlfriend, they friend. It's a group at school. It's a coworker. It's coworkers. So, if you understand that you exist in their timeline as much as you exist within theirs, but it's all about perspective and parallel momentum, basically. If you want to stay in someone's timeline, you have to pay attention to it. If you think that what they're doing is really, really cool, and you want to do something really, really cool, then you have to pay attention to them. You have to focus on them. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get people to realize that the path they're on is not set. The path they choose is what matters. Now, life is real, life exists, and because reality's a bitch, you don't always get the things that you want. But if you approach something from the perspective that, yeah, it sounds impossible, but that really doesn't matter because you still want to try, just means you have to match the effort that's needed to make it happen. And basically that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people willing to match my energy, match my timeline, so that when I say to change the world involves everyone, I genuinely mean I want everyone to exist in my timeline. But only if they want to.
I have a question connecting this
with
us being on TikTok.
Right.
Wouldn't a very easy way of thinking of our individual timelines being our algorithms of our TikToks and other social media,
Absolutely.
how we are simultaneously seeing similar videos running forward, scrolling alongside each other, but never quite overlapping other than by just moments and snippets.
And it's only because you're not you are doing enough to sate the algorithm, but you're not doing anything to impact it. So you're following a flow.
I didn't end up mentioning my little alien friend to Captain Scott. Money's tighter than ever.
Keep going. I'm following. You're good.
Though I know Nina's trying her best.
I've discovered that I have more control of my actual TikTok algorithm than what I thought by searching videos and making comments and doing kind comments recklessly to just spread good cheer to all that have similar views of it's just stressful to live right now.
Absolutely.
And so I kind of give me hope
that,
can
you believe it?
Because I can control my algorithmic timeline, that maybe I can control my literal life timeline in a similar way by looking for new places and opportunities.
Tickets off Elpis. Emily and I are off to Pandora to start afresh.
Absolutely. And I don't know if I caught all of that. I will be 100% honest because I have two sounds right now, the game sound and your sound. But I was following where you were going, and I was with you in that you do have more control over your existence than you think you do. What you don't have control over is what other people do.
That is true. And I believe even manifesting beliefs have similar, where you can manifest anything as long as it doesn't negatively impact the life or the energy of other living beings.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so here is meant to be a thought-provoking question that is meant to kind of make you think out of the box. You may have heard this question before, and anyone can answer.
Now he's sorted.
Is water wet? Let that sink in for a second. Think about it. Why am I asking that? It seems really random.
So, there's numerous things I could think of with that question, but the one that comes to my mind first is I don't know because humans can't feel wet.
We can't. That is true. It is not a feeling that we have. That is very true. But we can feel, right?
Yes.
And we can relate those feelings to different different things that everyone kind of agrees on, right? Different feelings, different emotions. Everyone kind of has the same understanding about what they know to be true about themselves.
Yes. And what is the concept of wet? Like, you know what a shirt looks like when it has been dampened.
Right.
So with that, you could judge what the concept of wet is.
Absolutely. So, if by definition, wet applies to an object or item that has water residing within it, would you say that's a relatively fair, rather fair assessment?
Yes.
Okay. So if that is true, then if water is wet, then you are attached by wetness to everything around you. So what you experience, you connect to, and your connection impacts it. Because the molecule next to the other molecule is also water, it is also wet. What I'm trying to relay here is that, and I may have lost the plot a little. What was the original thing? What was the original thing?
As a little girl, I grew up in a dirt-ish cabin area, on an off-the-grid cabin. And so you could drop water droplets on the ground of dust. And the dust would stay dry on the water droplet balls, but the water droplets would still be there. And you could even link up water droplets together, and the dust on the outside would still stay dry, and the water droplets would somehow osmosis themselves into each other. And so that's kind of what you're trying to do, is if you're all covered in dust and individual water droplets, and if we just osmosis, regardless of the concept of wet or dry, we would be able to protect our own selves because we are common on wet. Or belly buttons.
Whatever you... So, is water wet? The answer is yes, and the answer is yes because water is water. Water makes things wet. You are human. You are nothing else. You are whatever you think you are. But because you are something, you are human. You are also conscious. You are also a woman. You are also Your Royal Highness. You are also the Alaskan Rose. Just because you are one thing doesn't mean you aren't also something else. What I'm trying to get at is the connection that everyone's been looking for, the similarity that makes them understand, is the fact that they are also human, and therefore can receive the same punishment, same consequences, same pain that any one of us can. You unmuted. I'm genuinely curious what you wanted to say.
I'm thinking I had something, but so I try and live my life loving humans regardless and because of their quirks and differences. I try to look at us like cute little things under a microscope. I think of us as any other cute creature that is on this planet, worthy of being adorable and quirky and goofy and all of those things. And in that, I also just believe every human has like its own value because they are. They are human. They exist. Therefore, they have value. And I believe a lot of people don't feel that value. A good one I like to say is like the feeling of love. When you're in love, or love your friend or your parent, the love you feel inside of you is not the love they give you. That's the love that you feel towards them. You can't feel their love towards you. You can only feel the love you feel towards them. That's what makes you feel warm. And I think we all forget that that is an internal thing. That is not an external thing. And I think lots of people are feeling lost and alone in this world because they don't understand that they already are love. They already are love.
Because they can love, they are love.
Exactly. There is no limit to it because you can feel the love towards another human. You are love. You are worthy
2 seconds,
of
hold
love.
Sorry, or you can keep going. I'm not going to be able to hear you for a second.
Yes. But yes, I believe that just you are worthy of love because you exist and can love and you can feel love. And ultimately, I think love isn't even the right word. Or if it is, people use it wrong. Because love is a verb. It's not the feeling. This was our first conversation.
It was.
We had that. And I really think more people need to understand that we need to verb people regardless. We need to verb. We need to love.
Actually,
we need to
yeah, no. It's the doing. It's the doing.
Yeah. And I know I live in a small, tiny town, and I'm from a small, tiny town, and I know it's very easy to feel helpless and worthless and like you can't do anything. But we all see thousands of people every day while scrolling. We all see people we interact with and watch their videos, and we may not even follow them. They just may appear on our timelines. And I think that is the first step, is we need to recklessly get these creators to, well, first be curious, and then secondly, find a common thing that they can love or hate. They're similar enough to bring them more to us.
Yes. And bringing people into the fold and including people and making the connections and actively doing things. It's more than just having a connection to one person, because I don't think water would look a lot like water if it was connected in sequence, only one to another. Does that make sense?
And it's unfair.
Yes.
It is unfair to try and have one human be your everything. And that could be unpacked on numerous levels: parenting, relationships, marriage.
Oh, I got it. Cool. Sorry.
But yes, also we have had someone that's been with us. What are their name? QB Marlene.
Okay, so QBN Marlene.
But I think that this is a good time to mention how one of the comments accused you of wanting to charge $40 in a subscription. So do you mind just announcing now, because we do have someone. Not a comment here, it was a comment on a different video.
Oh, okay. I am not asking anyone for anything. I'm not asking anyone for any money. I am not asking anyone to throw away their lives. I am only asking you to give what you can give. That's it. I don't want your money. I want your action. I want your time. I want you to do something. Money is an easy thing to give if you can't do something. But it's an analog. It's not real, and all I'm going to do is give it away.
But yes, we want something more valuable than money. We want you to get off the couch.
We want reality. We want the real.
Alright, I'm going to hop off here and
Okay.
I'm going to go garden and stir up some chaos and
Okay.
see if I can bring anyone your way.
Okay, it's almost 10. I will be live on TikTok until 10. And then I'm we'll see if we're at a stopping point for Borderlands.
Ooh, we have Revolutionary Jones, Amenia.
Amina came back in!
Yeah!
What's
so
going on, Amina?
You're in good hands while I dip out for a few minutes. Maybe
Do it
someone
to it.
wants to let me know by message or tagging me if there's anyone you want me to take them down the rabbit trail.
Okay.
Alright, so please, if anyone, just tag the Alaskan Rose or Legion if you want us to bring anyone down the rabbit trail.
Yes. But it all starts with a question. Amina, since you're here, you're normally very, very shy, but I offer an invite to you if you would like to join me. You are more than welcome. It's never an expectation. Ah, man. It's always hard to get to this one. Damn it. I do know you well. How's school going? The worst part about knowing myself is as soon as someone's not with me, not focusing me, not paying attention, I lose focus. It's a problem. What was at the library? Were you studying? Yeah, I think I am done for the night. There we go. Ooh. What was the philosophy paper on? I'm curious. Was it anything that we've been talking about? You're back so soon.
Oh, yep, just a quick thing. The Crystal Oddity followed both of us. She
Oh, okay.
was hanging out for a long while, so
Okay.
you may want to send her a thank you.
I will.
As a video whenever you get off.
That's a good idea. I think I am gonna call it. It's everything kind of shifted. We kind of finished and ended, and that's good. Sometimes
You're like an orchid. We need to just like mist you and try and keep you alive.
that's it, kind of it. So, all right.
All right. Well, take care of my Raggedy Man,
Bye.
and we need to get you a fez and a bow tie.
A fez and a bow tie. Each Doctor Who has their own thing. So what's mine?
I don't know. That's what we need to find.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
I love you, Legion.
Love you too, lovely.
Mwah.
Mwah. Talk to you later. I'm gonna be
All
out. Bye.
Text me. Bye.
Bye, Amina. Hey, if you
Bye,
want,
Mina.
Amina, if you want to do something more than just watch, I could use your help in a very genuine way. Okay. First thing, I don't know what you already know. I don't know what brought you into the fold. And it doesn't matter. Here's what I need you to do. Find a piece of my content that you resonate with. Share it with a real person and talk to them about it. Say you ran into a crazy guy who's got a crazy idea, and I think I'm crazy enough to follow along. But he told me to bring a friend. Genuinely and honestly, if we do this and actually put in the effort that it's going to take to make it happen, we can change the world.
I can't save you, but I can show you a path where you can save yourself and those around you. And
Not only do I not want your money, if that's your first response, and not to see the seriousness of my statement, and to try and make a joke, I don't want you either. Thank you so much for swinging by and hanging out for a bit. if you resonated with anything that I was saying, I could really use your help. Oh, I'm still